Hello everyone and welcome back to the Spearhead cast with me, Matt. Every free for you all here on Lafayette, a custom map you can find in the workshop. I think it was a popularized map used doing the Blitzkrieg mod for Coming Here's One, which I also played a lot. Let's go through the players. We have the United States King play. Well, we have King already, not a commander yet. We have Kikarung. And we have Nazgul, and Nazgul's going straight for Ranger Company for the United States. Okay. How have the others gone? Armor for King, okay, and nothing else for Kikarung. Representing the Germans. We have V.A. Lack, he has Panzer Tactics for the Waffen-SS. Mo Killer X7 as the Wehrmacht without a commander choice yet. And 7R1 also as the Wehrmacht without a commander yet. Double Grenadiers going out for Mo Killer, and 111 going out for 7AL so far. Looks like we have a Hitler Youth being called onto the field here for the Waffen-SS. A cheaper basic infantry unit you can get if you're playing as Panzer Tactics, so you don't have to only get the expensive Sturm Grenadier. You can get some regular troops that are from the 17th SS, 12th SS Hitler Youth, I believe. It actually says that right there. So we're gonna have Americans engaging with the Panzer Tactics here in the hedgerow slowly. Americans is agreeing to center here. The Americans have already pushed up to the field here. Nice to see. We have it evenly spread out on the battlefield already. It's a very wide and open map in some areas that can make a lot of killing zones. We have an early Jeep arriving for the Americans as well. Vertical armed. No command ship from Kikarung. Kikarung is holding up the town. Looks like we have a combined Wehrmacht push with their pioneers towards the... Oh, we have a command choice. Looks like we have Ostdivision and Leichte Division for the Wehrmacht. Okay. Let's see how that turns out for them. Only sandbags it up here, but the Americans are able to... Actually, they are utilizing them by this angle. They'll be able to keep the pioneers at bay from that. Both grenadiers are trying to get around the flank there, but that might not have worked soon enough. You need to capture one of these cutoff points. They're not getting any resources at the moment. That's why you need to always get your cutoff points connected. Germany is trying to push into the center here, but Americans are holding up the town already. Hitler Youth pushing up aggressively. Grenade going on to Hitler Youth. Wasn't remember the Americans are pushing up because of that. Able to coordinate very effectively. Germans really need to get one of these points taken quickly. They're not getting any resources. Grenadier is pushing up here to try and flank. Ranger Battalion is generally a really good commander choice, as it's very elite for the Americans. But we Echelon are not that good. They're using Springfield rifles rather than carbines now, as a nerf, basically. Germans really need to get one of these cutoff points. Jesus. They're still not getting any resources. That's not a good sign. And looks like we have the big red one. So, rifle company for Kikarung. Very good mix. Ranger, rifle, and tank. Very good combination. There we go. Now the... Come on, Germans. Capture that cutoff point. Good to see. Vertical opening fire, and it'll be able to cover a wide range of areas here. It's a very open place. Australia is trying to push up, but there will be some re-echelon, and... Oh, those are Germans. And they get close enough to throw a button flash or grenade on the AMG. Looks like they will. So the Germans have no way of really pushing up. Alf Klar is taking pot shots with his scope Gewehr 43. Be very cautious though. Now the Germans are getting resources at least. You have some Sturm Grenadiers arriving from the 1st SS. The Leibstandarte. Or Leibstandarte. Blue and Grey coming in. Much cheaper reserve troop availability if you're playing as Rifle Company. So we have an air-cooled vertical for the Americans. Forcing the Germans to run off. Hitler Youth moving up to short the front line. But the battlefield is still evenly spread, so it's still anyone's game. We do have a demolition team arriving with a white phosphorus coilless rifle, unique unit available to you if you're playing as the United States Ranger Company. Just the demo team in general is just unique to the Ranger Company, obviously. They can sneak actually and can lay mines while doing it. It's a unit I enjoy using. can do a lot of cheeky things with them. You're pushing northwards, or pushing pushing towards the town. I mean, yeah, trying to keep a fire on the flank here, but that's too much SS moving into the town at this point. They do not have any cover there though. Hitler is able to be behind cover of this destroyed truck though. What's left of it? Still being suppressed, however. The sheer amount of American fire superiority is too much for them. But they did take out the vertical. So we have a scope gewehr 43 on the Grenadiers here. Being suppressed here by the air-cooled vertical. Recoilless rifle with white phosphorus coming up. Didn't hit. If this hits a squad, it's pretty damn lethal, by the way. Lots of sandbags been set up in the center here by the Germans to try and hold the open area. Makes sense, you need to make some cover here to survive. Oh, they don't have an angle with the white phosphorus. There we go. It didn't hit the hill. That's a pretty big misfire. MT-42 coming up here for the Germans. Now they'll be able to threaten most of the Americans here. And that ranged recon team might be dead. No, he died. Forward HQ set up here, right here for the Germans. I guess it makes sense. There's not much else they can be. Not at the moment. So Gewehr 43s have been equipped on one of the Hitler Youth squads, giving them access to some more superior firepower. MT-34 coming up as well here. MT-42 is in a very good position there, in all honesty. Cover a wide area, including the fuel point there. The Americans cannot stay there for long, and the Germans can probably retake that shortly. Air-cooled 30 cal should be able to have a good angle here, but I think these might be blocking the side. The man car coming in here for the Light Division. Looks like I can actually see them. Oh, he used attack ground. Truck around here, driving around the American re-echelon. 57mm AT gun coming out from the United States. Doing great, pushing upwards. Being supported by the big red one here. But these are Sturm Grenadiers, and they are definitely very competent, but the Hitler Youth have already been suppressed. Looks like we have American supply drops going in. They have an ambulance set up. Good to see. Yeah, that's at a 57 and a mortar. Nice to see. Oh, big drive-by truck for the United States here that worked out, but then they have a brand flash on it. And I think those all those infantry might actually be dead, so probably not the best move.
Damn Crouch just wasted some of our riflemen.
Best not because the Germans are doing a big push up here with their Grenadiers. And that's a lot of dead Americans in a very short succession.
Capture point is under attack.
Ouch. Yeah, that now Nasco is down to 2 units. That's pretty costly. I can still hold in the center here. Hitler Youth armed with Gewehr 43s trying to take the fight to the Americans here. Oh, setting up the MG-34 on the water? Probably not a good idea. Grenadiers are flanking though. There's a lack of Americans to cover this side of the flank. And 30 cals quickly cutting them down.
We are suffering losses.
Americans are pulling back to their little... to the ambulance here? Yeah, he's not retreating because the ambulance does not count as a retreat point. He could only get a captain, I think, and set him up to be a retreat point.
God damn it! Someone get us out of here!
Aufklar and MG-34 in the open water, probably not the best spot. Americans are trying to flank up here, but there's Panzer Grenadiers now arriving from the 1st SS. Some more higher tier units. Vertical Jeep opening fire here. Americans are showing up the front line against Springfield sniper rifle equipped on the rifleman here. Unique upgrade if you're playing as Ranger. Here comes the command car. Still vulnerable to AT rifle grenades though. And we all heard this also have the 57 coming up. Artillery tend to be called in. That might not work out though. Yep, they got it. Right hand jumped out, however.
The enemy has dealt us a blow.
Not looking good here for the Germans so far, but they have secured the front line again. It's going very much back and forth. Good to see. So we're gonna have a long firefight here over this little swampy field. And if force sitting up, but it's been suppressed. American 30 cal got there very first with its machine gun fire. Looks like the Aufklammer tried to take some pot shots though. But the crew is getting killed one by one. When they're suppressed, they can actually not go and reman the gun. Yeah, he just has to retreat it. Oh, good mortar shell right there. Oh, very good mortar shell. It looks like the Alf class really helping with the spotting there. Looks like also the truck went down thanks to a pack arriving. Ooh, and just as grenades. Blue and Grey are still trying to push up here, but being mowed down by the Germans. Ranger teams are now coming in, another Ranger demo team anyway. We have a Scharfschütze here for the Germans. Not every German commander can get a sniper, by the way. It's very themed around them. I think this Ostdivision is one of the few German commanders that can actually get a sniper. Like the little mask he has on his portrait down here. Unfortunately, we don't have custom models in Company Heroes 2, else he would probably look very different. Americans are still setting up defenses here and holding the fuel points. Having an American recon team as well with a scoped M1 Garand by looks of Anna Springfield. Now they're a recon team, they're not actually a sniper team, so always remember that. It's generally good to have recon teams hereby. Command Stewart coming up. Your mortar getting close to tech up here, coming up for the Waffen-SS. Scopes doing GVS have been equipped here on the Panzer Grenadiers. Giving them a lot more firepower to work with. Germans have reset up their forward emplacements here. Looks like we have some pioneers now manning the MG42.
Pack gun is ready for orders.
Scharfschütze is just keeping an eye on everything. Doesn't look like there's a lot of troops here from the Ostdivision on the field, but they are taking up. They might be going for an early tank.
Ready to execute. Hold. Regimental HQ for
And here comes the second tech-up truck for the Waffen-SS. The Fahrzeughalle. A Fahrzeughauptquartier. So the vehicle's headquarters, basically.
Fighting position machine gun is
Big American push going in for the fuel point. They might end up being uncontested. Although the MT-42 is now able to cover most of it again. And those red demo teams might be in trouble. Yeah, already being pinned out in the open by the MT-42. Looks like we have some Thompsons and actually a bazooka on the Germans, which I still find weird that Leichter can get access to. I would rather get some other German equipment, personally. Like MP40s on the Grenadiers would be a very cool idea, and I'm not sure what you would give the Volkssturm though. Not Volkssturm, Volksgrenadiers though, but there's a lot of nice potential ideas you could do with Leichter. Just the American Lend-Lease equipment seems to be, stolen American equipment seems to be a little bit weird, because they didn't actually capture that much of it, because they had a hard time procuring ammo. I don't know, it does say the bazooka was frequently captured. But it says the Thompsons here were very difficult to procure. And we have more fighting going on here. We have a booby trap set up by the Americans. Greyhound being prepared behind us.
We're jumping off, fellas.
And MG34 is covering the... Oh, good mortar shell there from the Americans, I think. And we have a mortar and counter barrage from the Americans. A2 ship already in the field alongside the German command tank, so that's a lot of armor coming in now for the United States. You also have a fort base set up here.
Our fighting position now has some ordnance behind it.
A2 ship pushing up through the center. There's still a pack though. Pack 40 here, manned by Panzer Grenadiers. We do have bazooka here on the flank.
Infantry squad has been killed.
But they didn't get close enough. There we go, they got a shot there. Almost destroying the A2, but they have to pull out there before they die. They might still die, yeah. They got killed. And Greyhound is providing our support fire here for the painted troops. Also because it has a 50 cal on top here. So you can switch between the gun and the 50 cal with this thing, basically. It's a cool little thing. Well, against infantry, you probably just want to stick with the 50 cal. The 37 is if you like get on the flank of a tank or behind it. Until they're calling down here. Looks like it might just be mortar shells though. That's not gonna threaten the F1. So we have a good long firefight going on here, but now the Americans are trying to push up on the field again. We also have a crowd mower present. Basically a half track with quad 50 cals on top. Will literally cut through German infantry. And that's a Volks Grenadier dead. There's a mine here though.
Good to go. Here goes.
Not looking good here for the Germans. They've lost a lot of troops. Mthis though still has a very healthy amount of forces. Now the crowd mower is opening fire.
Fire up.
Germans are revealing themselves down here.
One of our fighting positions is sustaining fire.
Americans are preparing to move up here again. Looks like the shoe mines did pay off, killing 2 Americans there. Lots of officers here, but crowd mower starting to open fire. If that helicopter goes, they will literally die in seconds, so they have to get out of there. Lots of fuel points have been set up here by the Germans, so they're definitely rushing for some kind of armor. But it might not pay off at this rate. The Americans are pushing up very aggressively. Panzerhalle or Fahrzeughalle is going up though. And this guy's going for a Panzerhalle, so he's going straight for the final tier, which as Ostdivision, I'm not sure it's wise, because you don't get that much weapons out of it. Like, you get the 39, but that's about it. He's also getting the 25th Panzer Grenadiers on the field now. Upgrading them with scope Sturmgewehr. And we have another sharpshooter because the other one died. Pack 40 is still holding up the center road there. We'll do a decent job at penetrating the sloped arm of the American tank. And looks like the Greyhound is providing a lot of issues here for the Germans. Canister shot being loaded. Didn't hit anything. Crowd mower on the flank though is killing a lot of the Germans. And the crowd mower should never be underestimated. Oh, those SS troops might be in trouble. Yeah, using the heavy cover, good. Oh, but now there's flanking shots going in from the pack houses. But the F1 got the crowd mower.
Panzer IV deployed. Awaiting orders.
We also have a Panzer IV J arriving here for the Mthis Panzer Division. Sniper might be in trouble. Just to get out of there. 25th Panzer Grenadiers moving up. Panzer truck being loaded on one of them. But the Germans are definitely not in the best position at the moment. And the looks like the Ostdivision is gonna need a lot more fuel before they can get the Ferdinand. Panzer 4G arriving though for the Light Division. We also have some Panzer Grenadiers arriving. The 90th Panzer Grenadiers. Arriving their very stylish sniper model from Vanilla Company of Heroes 2. Which I'm hoping they're gonna get the new Jaeger model instead in the future. They have a little bit more better looking camo pattern basically. Instead of this weird thing they have going.
Ready for action. Send orders. Panzer 4.
Yes. Unit ready. Stand ready.
Panzer 4G moving up here.
I await your orders. Enemy on the attack.
Hitler Youth trying to open fire here, but they might get shot up by the American armor.
Send your orders.
Ah, we have a major soon for King, which might mean Thunder Run at some point. Especially if you're playing as US Arm, I highly recommend Thunder Run. Allows you to just break through German defensive positions with ease.
Officer report.
You also have a Major on the field here for the Germans, okay.
Lieutenant Colonel, shoots in here.
He does buff them a fair bit. Less suppression and less chance to be hit. Increase the accuracy of crude weapons, okay. He's a very defensive-oriented commander, basically, by the sounds of it. Packhouse is opening fire, and lots of 50 cal positions on the front line. Or at least one here. Mowing down the Germans to try to get across the river. Oh, the white phosphorus is killing them! Because he clumped up. You don't want to clump up against white phosphorus. Rangers now with Thompsons showing themselves. Yeah, you don't want to do human wave tactics against white phosphorus or machine guns in general. Just anything that does a lot of damage to infantry, you don't want to do. Human wave tactics against Americans overall is just a very bad idea. And those passengers might be in trouble, yeah. Lots of Shermans have been prepared here. Mostly command Shermans though.
Ready. Go ahead.
Lots of support teams coming out here for the United States. The Packhouse is definitely going to start proving to be an issue.
Crew, get ready.
Heavy tanks upgrades being done for the SS Panzer.
Panzer 4 battle group ready for deployment. Alert! Enemy infantry!
Everyone's still holding the front line here for the Germans. Looks like we have a stolen Panzerschreck now armed on the Rangers. Trophy of war from up here. Ooh, good to see Alpha class being utilized. Sneaking around.
Panzer 4 is ready for battle.
And we have another Panzer 4G on the field. And now we see Mo Killer going for the Fahrzeughalle. I guess he realizes that you need to get that in order to get some proper tanks. E2 coming out, so that's a jumbo. That's going to be very hard not to crack.
Sherman ready to go.
Until we call in on the German positions here. Panzer 4J is driving upwards, supported by the SS troops. We might have an artillery barrage going in here from the troops, or the officer. That might have been his own barrage that's somewhat bugged out. Awkward.
Prepared for action.
5780 gun opening fire on the Panzer 4G. And it's down.
Our Panzer forces have been reduced by 1.
That's a lot of German infantry again.
Mortar team available for deployment.
More mortars coming up for the Ostdivision. Panzer J holding up the front line there. So the Mthis is doing a lot of the fighting today up here. And now we have the EC8 starting to roll into the fields. Probably the penultimate, or well, the ultimate version of the Sherman. Not as heavily armored as the Jumbo, but it's just better, has high rate of fire and everything in a lot of aspects. It's just much more balanced as a fighting vehicle. But yeah, the Jumbo just has so much frontal armor, it's kind of ridiculous. Jumbos were apparently often custom made for the purposes they were intended for. Which is neat, I did not actually know that. Oh, it's gonna drive straight into a lot of German infantry. Done them with Panzerschrecks. White phosphorus shell. Yeah, you don't want to just bunch of infantry, it doesn't work. And you don't want to brawl with a Jumbo at that. Oh, but looks like the Panzer IV got it. And while the Germans is pushing up down here, looks like we have Thunder Run enabled, so it's using high explosives only. Which means if they don't get this Panzer IV down there to face it, it's just going to punch through all the front line. Another A2 coming in from the flank here.
Standing by. Crew, get ready.
Ooh, that's a lot of Shermans with command support. Another A2 coming out here by the looks of it. Double packs being prepared by the Ostdivision. Scott arriving for the Ranger Company. Bulldozer on the Infantry Sherman. Rifle Division, on the Rifle Company Sherman anyway. Panzer IV is still trying to hold up the center here. Doing great pushing for the center. Panzer Grenadiers are trying to hold them back.
Neutralize infantry. Prepare yourselves.
Taking pot shots at us. Okay.
Relay orders.
Artillery called in on the German position. The Germans might have to pull back here. Too late. Germans still have a little bit of armor here, but it might not be enough at this point. Panzerwerfer arriving.
New anti-tank gun has arrived. Get hit! Get hit!
Not sure what the plan is from the Ostdivision at the moment. They still have a lot of infantry.
Standing by. Send orders. Armor here.
Well, lots of armor is just being prepared here by the Americans. Paying for a big push forward, I imagine.
50 cals up. You have a rocket target?
I await your orders.
Got the Major again from the Germans to lead the front line. Oh, big push from Smoke Raid going up here.
Blasted over here.
The Major should probably not be fighting in the front line like that. Oh, good mortar shells though, but the Major is dead.
Casualties.
Because of a Lieutenant here for the Light Division. So we're gonna have a big brawl down here in the center soon. At least on this flank. EC8 pushing up slowly. Kettenwerfer opening fire. Hitting the Rifle Division's position. But not the American tanks.
Sherman
105 German has also arrived. So the 30 cal is suppressing all the German infantry.
Promotion just came in.
German might be in trouble. So we're going in here. So it was called in by DF1, I think. Also was just scattered artillery. Germans did recover that pack. You see. Double priest coming out now for the rifle division. Looks like they want to play a sermon for the Germans. Yes, his Panther division is definitely not doing too hot here.
Forward elements report an infantry unit lost.
High explosive on a GA will not do much. Switch to high armor piercing, good to see. Oh, good bazooka shot there. Panzers is just lacking in proper infantry support because the infantry are going to be at the front line, it seems like. German infantry is trying to dig in though. We also do have double pack here to cover. It will not be easy to push up. Big German defense here. Packs have not been ordered to not target infantry though. WMD-42 mowing down the Americans as they try to push up. We do have a Tiger tank arriving for the Waffen-SS. We need to see if it'll amount to anything. The Tiger tank can very much backfire on you if you don't utilize it correctly. But if it's utilized correctly, the Tiger tank can turn a battle around very fast. Artillery being called in here in this position by of the Germans. The Americans might be able to destroy the bridge. Building going now. Now the Tiger drives forward. Ranger recon team coming up for the Rangers by looks of it. Tiger tank now is slowly preparing to move up. Needs to be very cautious, that's a lot of Germans. Good shot there from the pack, got a good shot in the command German. How it could get that shot, I have no idea, because the heights don't really matter in Company Heroes 2 as I understand. In Company Heroes 3 the height is gonna matter, so I'm excited for that.
We can deploy 105mm artillery barrages at your convenience.
Lots of Americans along the front line now. Good job there from the Panzer Grenadiers. There's a being shot by this American sniper here called in by the Rifle Division. So the Jumbo is pushing up with some range and demolition teams. Tiger tank preparing to move up here. Oh, EC8 down. The Tiger is in a very dominant position, pulling back down behind the hill. That's for H arriving for the Ostdivision there finally. The Germans need to be very cautious when they're dealing with a Tiger tank, especially long range. Especially the A2s. The A2s should not have a good enough gun to deal with it. Heavy artillery being called in around the Tiger though. They want to immobilize it. Oh, high explosive shield almost shot and hit the Panzer HQ. Ostdivision is the Ostdivision is getting a Ferdinand now, which will definitely be a problem for all the American armor. German position is still very much in jeopardy. Looks like an artillery shell hit the Panzer F1. Immobilizing it. Like I said, he's still holding up this position, but there's still high explosives going in at that bridge. Hitting the Hitler Youth as they try to get out. White phosphorus bazooka shell on the tank, stunning it. But that's about it. That's been hit by white phosphorus. Like that white phosphorus bazooka can actually do a lot of damage, or regardless rifle rather. Big infantry push now from the German Ostdivision. Another white phosphorus shell straight into German infantry. Panzerwerfer hitting.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
There might be too much here to stop the German advance. Tiger tank is still technically operational, but it needs to get repaired. Its gunner is injured. Artillery called in there. That's for G is not gonna get out of there. Elephant is on the field at the Ferdinand. Looks like the bridge went down. But it's only through here, this little stream here, that the Germans can get across. Lots of artillery going in again. Kettenwerfer still doing a good job. Hitting a lot of the American front line. They can almost get the Tiger operation immobilized recently. As two parties are still being hit by artillery. We have a Pershing arriving for the United States of America now. Okay. Probably one of the few American tanks that can go toe-to-toe with a Tiger tank. So the Tiger's just gonna stay there, hold down for a bit. American sniper holding up behind this little barrier set up by the bulldozer previously. The German position is becoming very hard to keep a hold of. Command Sherman pushing up, Tiger's turning its gun. Oh, didn't penetrate. That might give the Sherman enough time to call in artillery. The Tiger manages to back off. Oh, one shell did hit the Tiger though. But it can get repaired now by the Fahrzeughacker there. And now there is a Ferdinand on the field, which will be able to punch through any allied tank. I'm pretty sure even this Jumbo cannot stop a shell from a Ferdinand. I might be able to, it's only an 88. It looks like it's not being penetrated so far, so the high frontal armor of the Jumbo is definitely working out. There we go, one penetrating shot is all it takes though. Took a while to get penetrated, but once it did, it was over. the Tiger's ready to move again. So the priests are still playing a sermon.
Gun ready. Rounds complete. Ready.
Taking fire!
Jawohl, Bildung.
This battle definitely escalated to a whole different level. Like, Kigrung has a lot of units in the center, and King has a lot of units on the flank. Lots of EC8s being prepared behind us.
Tank support is here. Sherman ready.
Germans still have that Tiger tank. And a Ferdinand. What will happen to the Tiger? Here's the question. Range turning around here. That's a pretty big gun. No penetration. Oh, it's still moving around. Driver injured. That's the opening the Americans might have been looking for. Smoke popping out. They lost the transmission. They're stuck. And they're shooting through the smoke. Pursuit did not penetrate. Pershing moving up, did not penetrate. And 3-inch got it.
Heavy armor has been lost.
And I think that might be the end of the German defense. The Germans should now start pushing in. Yep, at this point the Germans pull back, they realize it's over. Hope you all enjoyed this one, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.